Next, we take you live to the heart of the Grand Middle West, where our correspondents have taken up temporary residence at the Bookhouse, the decades-old home to many a neglected tome, and this very night, the site of a sensational celebration. But celebrating what, you might ask? Well, all right, we'll tell you. It's Banned Books Night in this great and grand country of ours, a night for getting to the heart of the matter of literacy. So now, without further ado, we give you Banned Books Night at the Bookhouse. Correspondents, are you with us?
There's a light in the attic, though the house is dark and shuttered. I can see a flickering flutter, and I know what it's about.
The proles are human beings, he said aloud. We are not human.
The doctor told me that my mother and father found me sitting in the couch in the family room. I was completely naked, just watching the television, which wasn't on.
What Mr. Radley did might seem peculiar to us, but it did not seem peculiar to him.
Outside the hospital, the war was still going on. Men went mad and were rewarded with medals.
Lenina noticed with disgust that 2 of the front teeth were missing, and the color of the ones that remained. She shuddered.
I chose to read A Light in the Attic because Shel Silverstein was an author we always had in our house growing up. It's hard to believe that a book like Shel Silverstein's work could be banned for any reason.
1984 was one of the first science fiction novels I read, and it's just stuck with me when I got older. I saw the play, everything. It's just something I've always really liked. A world where no one can read 1984, to me, would be one of the most oppressed worlds there is, because 1984 is a book about not being oppressed.
Like Perks being a wallflower, there's parts about suicide, homosexuality, dealing with that, and drugs, and parts that are their real life, and to have these sugar-coated stories specifically for children is unfair, A, to them as readers, but B, to them as developing humans who don't have stories about them being told. It's one of the reasons why I came here was because I love banned books. I love that people ban books. I think it was Federico Fellini. He was whatever. I hate butchering quotes and it's so annoying. Censorship is advertising paid by the government.
I think it's hysterical that so many people view censorship so narrow-mindedly. And I love the idea of looking at banned books and being like, oh, okay, well, this was banned, why? And thinking, okay, this might be a good reason to have it banned in, a kindergarten class, but not necessarily something that I would think, oh, does it really need to be banned from a library?
I always think of a classroom setting, like a classroom setting where people are forced into a certain kind of mold, or where the curriculum is really tight. That's just what I always picture. I picture like a 6th grade classroom and people having to read only what's right in front of them instead of having a whole book house or bookstore like this one.
Not much to look at, nothing to see, just that I'm living and lucky to be.
Hi, my name is Michelle Barron. I'm the owner of the Bookhouse in St. Louis, Missouri. I mean, this has been kind of a bittersweet night for us, actually, because it's also our last night open in this location that we've been at for 30 years. We're having to move out of our existing house because of a development, and the owner's going to tear down the property. So
I've just started working here, and the past week there's been a flood of people coming in, just like, oh, I haven't been here since I was a kid. Just heard that you guys are moving. It's so sad and everything.
And slave for me every day.
I wish this place could stay here. I know that due to many reasons it can't. But I think that this is just an example of how wonderful it is when the community comes together to help preserve something like this. There's been a lot of effort to keep it here, even though that wasn't successful. If you talk to the owner, she'll tell you about all the volunteers she's had and all the donations and everything, just to see how much people really believe in a place like this and how much people love their books.
Oh, it's been wonderful. I mean, we've had so many people come in, and we're open late. We've had music, we've had, beer, a lot of fun, a lot of people buying books. It's been fantastic. A great way to send off, and kind of remember the place.